This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/ondeck.
Welcome to On Deck. I'm Matt Harris, and I'm back in Toronto with my good friend Andrew Moore Crispin after a whirlwind E3. How'd you like it, buddy?
It was really good. It was a good show.
I enjoyed it a lot. I think the thing I was most excited about was, well, the Nintendo 3DS, which is what
cool.
most people were excited about. What was your favorite thing from the show? Unless I just stole your favorite thing.
No, that's quite all right. Well, actually, it was one of my favorite things. I think, let's see, Rock Band 3 looks really cool.
Yep.
I enjoyed the Power Gig thing, now that they're introducing like actual instruments into these games. The Bethesda lineup was pretty exciting. I enjoyed the whole thing, I'll be honest with you. It was good.
I found it a little bit weird because everywhere we seemed to walk, there was another dancing game.
Yeah.
Like, how many dancing games does this world need?
I would guess 16 or 17.
Now, would you dance? Are you a dancer?
Of course, I would go with Just Move 2. I think the thing about those dancing games is there's so many of them. They kind of prove that they're a little bit popular. And what happens now is kind of everyone comes out with one, and then all the bad ones kind of fade away, and a couple of the good ones will rise to the top. So
out of 10, what would you give our E3 experience? How did you
our
like
E3 experience or our E3 coverage?
Wow, I mean, our coverage is 11 out of 10. And
Right,
Andy
absolutely.
Walker's going to talk about that in a minute because he
course.
sent us there. But how was your experience overall?
The experience,
Because you've been before.
yeah, I used to go for about 5 years. I was going to the show. I would say maybe an 8.
Okay, that's
7.
fair. That's fair.
I'm actually kind of sliding down the scale now. Nothing was really announced. I mean, they had the new Xbox 360, which is neat, but not that exciting. The 3DS is pretty exciting. 3D gaming from Sony also pretty exciting, but nothing kind of like blow your head off amazing kind of thing.
Now, you hinted about our coverage. We did about 18 or 20 pieces
Something
from
like that,
LA.
yep.
My experience was a 9 until the Celtics lost in the NBA Finals. So, unfortunately,
But at least we got out of the hotel where all the rioting
this is
was.
true. So, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
All right.
So, for all the content we shot, where do people go?
They go to butterscotch.com/E32010.
Sounds easy enough for me. Now, the reason we went there was because of this fine gentleman, our boss and general manager. Notice how I have to talk him up when he's on the show, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have a job.
Did you want to steal my mic?
Yeah, you're dismissed.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Andy, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Matt. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good.
So you saw our E3 coverage. What would you say about it?
So what I just heard in that interview was, it was okay. It wasn't much of the show. But I saw your travel expense budget, and it was pretty big. So maybe we shouldn't send him next year.
I don't think I thought this through.
I did see the rather large martini bill, though. So there was
Okay.
at least one night that it was fun.
This is the way Andy compliments you. He liked it. I know he did.
I did. I really liked it a lot. And I was very sad that you didn't cover anything from Atari.
I did not cover anything from Atari. However,
Yes.
good segue. I did cover a lot of 60-second apps today. Does that count?
Yes. No.
Okay.
I don't know. I
Fair.
don't know the answer to that question.
It's the end of the day. He's
Yes, it
tired.
is. That's right.
So we shot more 60-second apps today. I think 19 all told. Paul did 5.
Yes.
Sean Carruthers did 5.
Yes, he did.
Andrew Moore Crispin did 5. How many
Yes.
did you do?
4.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little...
Hey, I'm busy. I'm busy signing your expense requests
okay.
for martini bills.
Fair enough. Tell the fine folks at home what you were talking about today in your 60-second app.
Well, I'm really kind of fascinated by, I did 3 iPhone apps and 1 iPad app. And talk about the iPad app in a minute. Well, actually right now, because it's probably the most striking of them all. Wired Magazine, of course, now has an app version of their magazine. And really it's sort of changing the way that the magazines are delivered. All the pages are scrollable and pageable and that sort of thing, but all the ads are like authentic magazine ads, except they have interactive elements, right? So
really cool.
You can select through the ads, and it makes ads actually engaging, as opposed to just, another ad sort of thing. So I really think it's the future of publishing on the iPad.
Cool. And you also did one about what was the weight one you did?
Yeah, True Weight.
True
It's
Weight,
kind of cool little app that you know how you have sort of weight fluctuates 5 or 10 pounds depending on what you're eating and how badly you're eating.
Or how many expenses and drinks you had while you were away.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm sure yours was up and down.
Right,
all
of
week.
course.
Anyway, so it's called True Weight, and I kind of look at that because it kind of equalizes your daily fluctuations. It
Right.
kind of tells you what your real biological weight is, so you don't freak out and go off your diet or whatever.
Okay, well, sounds good. For everything we've spoken about, especially the 60-second app, which is now up on butterscotch.com, well, go to butterscotch.com, go figure.
Yes.
And one other thing I wanted to mention is my England boys won today, so it's a happy household. They move on to
Hooray!
exactly. You're English, aren't you?
I'm English, yes.
Yes, you got to be happy about it.
I'm thrilled. I just can't believe how Smithers did on the second half.
That's English Andy trying to be a sports fan. It's an ugly, ugly thing. But I'm very impressed you didn't do your English accent.
Oh, good. Huh?
So for all we've spoken about, go to
girlfriend's here somewhere, so I don't want to offend
butterscotch.com. Thanks a lot, buddy, for being on deck. I'm Matt Harris. I'll see you next week.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/ondeck.